guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I know, right? It's been a long time, but we are back and better. As you can see, I'm not alone. That's to show you that we are back and better and starting a new journey. So welcome with me, the global TOLUWAKEMI, on the growth journey. Hi, ma'am. Thank you for honoring my invite. So let's start with you introducing yourself.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is TOLUWAKEMI, and I am privileged to be doing this with you. So thank you very much for this opportunity. So any day, every day, I'm a child of God, and amongst other things, I'm into the creative industry, right? So I'm also a writer. I'm a YouTuber. Among other things, I guess with time we'll get to know some other stuff too.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. So let's just get right into it. The first question I would love to ask you is, what does growth, like the concept growth, really mean to you?
Okay. The beautiful thing is, even doing this video right now is a testament to what growth looks like, because I remember how we first met and how the journey has been. Now you started your own growth process and growth journey. So definitely doing this itself is is a testament to what growth looks like. So for me, the way I define growth is, growth is something that is not stagnant. Growth is something that it doesn't need your permission per se. Like, growth is constant, right? So growth is movement from point A to point B. Growth is when you can see that change from what you were in A and now what you are in B. So even the beautiful thing is that growth does not need your permission, like I said the other time. And what I mean by growth does not need your permission is that whether you like it or not, you are growing. So it's either you are growing in the right way, you are growing intentionally, or you're not growing in an intentional way, you're going at the other side of it. But whether you like it or not, growth is happening to you. So it should just be in your own best interest to make sure that you intentionally grow. So and I will back it up with even with the Bible, right? Growth is something that I don't mind if they were like adults when they were put into Garden of Eden, and even God Himself saw that no, that is how important growth is. Even God could highlight it that this thing is inevitable. You get. So that's why when He was going to give us Jesus, He had to make sure that Jesus was born. He had to go through the process. He had to have parents. Do you get? Yeah. So growth is very, very important. Like you can't do without it. And I would say that the best thing about growth for you to do about growth is to choose to grow intentionally, because at the end of the day, growth is a choice. Growth is responsibility. Growth is good for you at the end of the day.
Okay, so you said something now that the best thing to do is to grow intentionally. Can you just tell us what growing intentionally means? What is the difference? Growing intentionally and not growing intentionally.
Okay, so what does growing intentionally really means? Growing intentionally really means you taking responsibility for your life. It's rooted in responsibility. You choosing to say, I'm not the narrative of the story I want to start telling now. I want to start telling the better story. I want to start telling a story that I am in charge of. Do you get? So growing intentionally is you choosing. It's a choice. That's why I said you don't grow intentionally or you don't. It's a choice, and it's rooted in responsibility. You deciding to say, I want to be better. I want to do better. I want to be more. Do you get? So it's a decision you have to make. Whatever, maybe for you are watching this and you're like, my mom, when I was growing up, they should have. We have a lot of they should have. We have it. I had mine too. I'm sure you have yours too, right? But the beautiful thing is, okay, fine, they should have. In conclusion, what do you now want to do about it? They've done the best they can, because that was one thing I told myself. Like, my mom and my dad, they did the best they could. right? They did their best.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do with that best? At least they handed you over their own best. So it is your responsibility to make sure that what they handed to you, you're able to do better with it. And there's something I also believe that when you grow intentionally, personal branding is rooted in it. It gives birth to personal brand because by the time you start growing intentionally, you start choosing, okay, these are my non-negotiables, these are my values, these are the values I want to live by, these are the things I want to do. And when you start doing that, you realize that, oh, amazing, I'm already building a personal brand. Do you get? So yeah, that's why I believe about growing intentionally.
So growth and personal brand is intertwined.
Yes.
Like they go hand in hand, which is really amazing. So from that, I would love to ask, what inspires you to keep growing and to keep becoming, growing, evolving?
I would say that what inspires me to keep growing is rooted in purpose. Is rooted in purpose. I think I'll pick that answer. I'll pick that to be my answer. It's rooted in purpose because I realized that, like, the woman I am now and the woman that, when you pray and God tells you you're gonna be this, I have this in store for you, I have this in store for you. You realize that person and the person God has in mind or not you.
So you have to do everything to meet up.
You have to do everything to meet up. Do you get? So what you do to meet up is the growth. Do you get? What you do, what you allow yourself to do, so that now influence, that is now what growth looks like. Those are now like the things that helps you to grow into becoming that person. Because whoever it is God has told you you will be or you are destined for, you have to grow into that person. You don't just happen to that person.
The process.
There is a process to that person. That process is called growth. That process is what you now call your name of your podcast, Growth Journey. Do you get? So what exactly do you get? So that's very, very important, and it's very, very good for you and I to take note of that.
Is to basically, from what you said, talking about purpose and everything, that means even before we know purpose, there ought to be a relationship with God.
True.
So before you can say, "Oh, I'm growing," and everything, that means even if you want to grow, you need to have something with God. So can you just elaborate on that intimacy with God and everything, how it can help you in your growth journey?
There's something that when you talked about intimacy, I remember how one of my pastors once described intimacy, and the person said that it is intimacy. Like intimacy is into me, see, like come into me and see, right? And ever since I heard that, it has really stayed with me because I realized that if you want to see who you are, you have to come into Him. Do you get? So the more you are in Him, the more you see yourself. And I remember there's also this particular song that TOLUWAKEMI sang with Sumisola Agbebi when you are closer than, and he said that because I realized that I am not so broken, I'm not so disadvantaged, because as I take a look at you, I realize that we are like, do you get? And even the Bible said that we are in His image, right? So why did I say all that? I said all that because, if you truly want to grow, if you truly want to grow intentionally, if you truly want a tangible growth that speaks volume, that speaks to who and the essence of who you are, you definitely have to build a relationship with God. Because even when you have that relationship with God, when you have that intimacy with God, you get to even see yourself. You get to even know things about yourself that are like, yo, are you serious? Is that me? Do you get? And that's how amazing and how beautiful relationship with God is. And it's not something that is forced. It's not something that is, no. It's something that is you. I don't know how to describe it because it's more like how you want to have a relationship with yourself. It helps you to even have a better relationship with yourself. Because I'm an advocate of self-love, self-image, self-awareness. I'm an advocate of self-awareness because I realize that how self-aware you are also shows how aware you are of God. Do you get? So intimacy is very, very important because it is in that intimacy that you can even see yourself. I promise you, if you can prioritize intimacy with God, you will see yourself. And you won't even be able to see yourself finish. I'm telling you. Because the more you keep going deep with God, the more you see different layers of yourself. You know, one day you are just, especially if you choose to like, there's one particular tool I can give you, pray in tongues. It's like, as you are praying in tongues, in your heart, you are praying in the language of God, right? And He's taking you to see 5 years of you, you know, and then you are seeing yourself in these places, just seeing, you're just like, how will it be? Then He says, come to me, journey with me. And then you realize that journey with me is also speaking in the language of growth. Do you get it? And the more you keep journeying, the more you keep staying on the growth path, you realize that you are becoming more. So trust me, the more you are looking for is actually how more you are willing to go in God. Right?
To go deeper.
And it's very, very important. It's very, very important.
Wow. So this cannot be overemphasized. Like it's an important
very, very
part
important.
of growth. But let me say it's the main thing about growth. It's the foundation with which, if you build your growth journey on a foundation called intimacy with God, you will blow your mind. You will blow your mind. I'm telling you. Yes, amazing. Honestly, this is just a lot. But I want to ask something. You know, sometimes when we, even when we think, oh, I've seen the picture of me, and you are saying this, God is saying this and this, it's really big. Sometimes, don't you get overwhelmed? Like, hey, is this me? How do you do it when you are overwhelmed and
I've been in that scenario before. Most especially, you are in church and then maybe guys are having a convention and then your pastor lays hands on you and the pastor starts saying, I see this about you, I see this about you, and in your head you're like, sir, let's be calming down. Are you sure? Is it me? I'm but a small girl. I'm just a small girl. Don't get overwhelmed. The human response to that is overwhelmed. I've been there before. I feel like it will still be like, that is likely to be your first response. Is it me? And then there was something that I learned one time like that, when that happened to me. And I was like, is it me? One of the, let me explain it like this. So every year, I literally get a word for every year of my life, right? And I realized that once I get the word, and my pastor start praying for me, they start confirming the word, right? And then they are confirming the word, and then they are speaking ahead of the word. And then I'm like, the window of 1 year, all these things that pastor said, how will it be? You get overwhelmed. When you get overwhelmed, anxiety starts into it. But the right response is to actually say, thank you, Father. Because if you ever think of it with your mind, you won't be able to grasp it. But if you can think of it from a place of gratitude, you will see how your heart will literally expand for it. Trust me. Your heart will expand for it. Your heart will expand to it. It will expand for. Notice what I said. It will expand for because you start seeing possibilities. And then it will expand to, you start accepting that it is possible. And then the more you keep saying, thank you, Father, for this. Thank you, Father, for this. Thank you, Father, for this. It expands. It expands. And then you are even seeing how, okay, I can connect the dots like this. If I take this course, that's your mind start opening to it, and then you start feeling like, okay, if I can take this course, these things, if I can, and trust me, the best guiding light, if you can use prophecy to guide your life, like I said, you will blow your mind. You get
this
so
recently happened.
Right.
At Reboot Camp, when everything was just coming, like I was just receiving a lot of things, and I'm like, God, hey, how will this thing be? And I just started saying, God, anything, I just trust you.
Yeah.
I just trust you, anything. That was when I started getting insights. Oh, this is what you will do now. This is what you can start doing now. And I started researching about it. So I understand the part of you just being thankful, and it's as if your capacity will keep enlarging just to accept that thing.
I'm telling you.
But really, the first thing is overwhelmed because it just happens.
Like that is as a human being, that is our first. That's why you see that when the glory is heavy, you will cry. You can't do it. You can't do it. You will cry because you and I, we are not wired to receive glory. We are not. We don't have what it takes to be able to contain glory. It will weigh us down, and that is why we start crying because it looks so heavy. It looks so heavy that who am I? Exactly. Who am I?
Exactly.
But the aspect of you now understanding that, Father, I drop it at your feet. Do with it whatever you want to. Do you get? So that surrender, your surrender always have to follow that overwhelm. Let your surrender follow that overwhelm, because when your surrender follows that overwhelm, it shows your heart. She trusts me. She believes in me. She understands that she can't do this on her own. She understands that it is a partnership. She understands that it is a koinonia. We have to do it together. And that is why when you go into God into prayer and you start saying, so Father, how do we do it?
You start getting understanding.
And you realize something. I'm going to say this. That is something you can also try out in a relationship. It is also a beautiful key you can try out in a relationship. When the two of you understand that it's a partnership, so I give this to you, this is what I want to do. And then you are also, then you feel like, one of the ways to actually respect a man, you're not trying to say, he's Lord over me, calm down. But when a man understands that she values me enough to give me a dream, he's ready to go on to make sure you fulfill it. And I know that might sound crazy.
Actually, in any relationship, not even man and
even in friendship. Even in friendship.
Yeah.
I remember when my flatmate said, she wanted to celebrate her birthday, and I was like, okay. And immediately I started pointing the dots. I could see the joy in her heart. I could see the joy in her eyes. Like it's one of the best ways to put a smile on God's face. Saying, Father, this thing you are giving me, I surrender it. I want to partner with you. Let's make it work.
So even despite the overwhelm, the act of surrender is the important thing. So just as you are there, if you are overwhelmed by what God has told you, or prophecies here and there, and you are like, it can't be me, I am here, all these things are there, you just surrender it and God will carry you through.
True, because you can never fulfill purpose by yourself.
So it has to be in partnership with God.
It's an enablement. Fulfilling purpose is an enablement. He has to enable you. He has to help you. He has to. Because if he does not, we've seen. That's why when people start saying, Jay, your first response to that, Jay, you're doing well, you're doing amazing. Your first response is always,
yes,
please. Because we are not wired to receive glory. So when you now reach that place where you are now, it's pride. You ready? Getting into something that's pride.
Yes.
And that's why when you don't receive it again, you start looking for it.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you submit it to God, you understand that as you are even submitting it to God, you have finished the work. It's giving you another one.
More work, and you keep enabling you, like.
Do you get?
So surrender is important. It's key, actually. I would like to ask, how important is building structure on this growth journey?
It's a very, very, very important conversation to have, because one thing that makes growth less cumbersome, like less tedious is structure. And one of the things you have to understand that for you to be able to know the structure that works for you, it takes trials and errors. But once you open yourself to building structure, you understand that structure is a journey in itself. Structure is a journey in itself. And structure is very, very important because it helps sustain even when you are not motivated, you are not inspired, don't have the ginger, like you say, you don't have the vibe. You are still able to make things happen. Let's use this as an example. People into 9 to 5 jobs, whether they like it or not,
They'll go to work.
they go to work. Whether they feel like it, you will be shocked to know that some of them, they had to grumble, they had to murmur themselves out of bed, but they still had to. Only few people, I've only met few people who are happy to always wake up to go to work. Do you get? But they don't have a choice because some of them, maybe because they need the money, some of them because they are firstborns, they have people at their back that they have to feed. Do you get? So they don't have a choice, right? And that is one structure that is not respecter of person.
Exactly.
Now, imagine that kind of structure now, whether they are in the mood or they are not in the mood.
Let's go to work.
At least 9 o'clock, and it is not, I don't know if you even stay in Lagos, maybe it is from 5 or from 4.
Yeah, straight bullets.
You have to be awake, but you have to do it. Now, that kind of structure, you have to be able to build it in your life. If you want to do well in life, you have to do it. You have to do it in your own personal life. You don't have a choice.
Whether you are okay or not.
Whether you are feeling inspired or not. So one of the ways that will now help you is whenever you have any flickle, like any spark of inspiration, document it. Steward it. For example, now I went for a conference on Saturday. DDK, amazing. Inspiration flying here and there, words flying here and there. What did I do? I started writing. Lord, another thing, you can start praying at that time that, Lord, open my eyes to what I need to see. Open my mind to conceive the things that I need for my season. Do you get? Yeah. Very, very important. Another way by which inspiration can come to you is through books. When you are reading a book, don't just read the book. Also put, like, if you want to build structure in your life, you can't do without a pen and a paper. I don't know why. I don't know. You need a journal. And I'm not talking about an online journal. You need a physical journal. So that that time when you are reading that book, that all your ginger, everything is up. It's feeling like, oh, you can eat 10 wraps of eba, finish. What is my heart? Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. And then later on, you can now say, oh, how do I expand this? How do I expand this? How do I expand this? I'm going to give you an example. I run a community, Singles and Intentionally Waiting community, right? And one of the things that I received from that meeting with CDK is I just had this understanding that we can do better. And right there, I started writing the things that we can do better on, we can do better on, we can do better on. And then when I got home, I was just looking at it one day, and it just got expanded again. I was okay. And the beautiful thing is, as it got expanded, Chemaka reached out to me. We have not worked together for a long time. Why? I said, see, let me just screen grab everything and send to you. Bring a handbook document from it. And she was able to produce it. But imagine if I didn't steward that small inspiration I got there. Yeah. Imagine, TOLUWAKEMI, I don't even know how to start a business. I don't even know how to start this. That time when you were under somebody that was speaking, and he was talking about something like that, and it was feeling like you can conquer the whole world. What did you do? Did you write it down? Whatever it is that came to your heart, did you even write it down? So that is it. And then when you do that, later on you look at it, Oh, that time when you are now confused, you don't even know where to start. You now bring it and say, oh, okay, I said I was going to do this. So how do I start this? Who can I speak to? So you can even come to me and say, oh, I have this in mind. And then we can now help you to now break it down and say, okay, do this, do that.
Amazing.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's structure is very, very important, because whether you like it or not, you won't always feel inspired. You won't always. I don't always feel motivated. I don't always feel inspired. In fact, this video said that we are making. It was not like I woke up and I said, "Oh, ginger, ginger." No, but that's structure. I promised I was going to do it. Do you get? So that made accountability also in structure is very, very important. Do you get? So structure is very, very important, and it's trial and error. Like I said, you test it today. For example, start with something. For the next 3 days, between the hours of this, I will do this, and try it.
Yeah.
Do you know? Let me tell you another thing. Structure helps you to trust yourself.
You know that I'll do this thing.
It helps you to trust yourself.
Amazing.
Structure is very, very important when it comes to growth. It's one of the things that helps you be effective even when you don't want to be effective.
Because this concept of motivation every time, people always talk about it, but the truth is, you are not always motivated.
Even the person is motivating you, inspiring you, is not always motivated and inspired.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me not say this. Another thing that helps you, gets you inspired, is purpose.
Then you know who you are and what you are meant to do. Yeah. And remember, we've spoken about.
I'm telling you, I've asked a lot of my big aunties and big uncles, what keeps you to be doing this even when you don't want to do it?
Yeah, that's really me.
It's what I've been called into.
I just have to.
Do you think the DK is always motivated?
Honestly, there are times there will always be downtime. We are in the world and we are humans, and we'll not always stay motivated. But building structure will always help.
But if you can cultivate, for example, now, whether you like it or not, in Messenger Circle, they will always release application. Come and join the Messenger Circle. That's the structure she has built.
Yeah.
VCAP structure.
Whether she's there or not, they build structure that can serve, and that's how it should be in our lives. Like, even if you want to or not, you've already built something that you can, like, it can, go a long way for a longer time.
And it takes growth. That's why you see why growth is important. You can't do without growth. Yeah. You really cannot do without growth. It's something that you have to give yourself to. Give yourself to growth, not because of any other person, but for yourself. It's very important.
This concept of structure and everything leads me to this question: what daily habit or routine contributes to your personal growth? Like, or do you have probably this is the routine, this is how I do it? Because we just spoke about structure, and I believe if you want to build structure, you have to have some routine and habit. So can you just shed more light?
Alright, so routine is very, very important, because routine will help you stay relevant. Routine helps you stay relevant. When you already have a routine, even I remember my apostle once said this. He said that when you have a routine, for example, like maybe you have a particular time that you pray to God, even God already knows that TOLUWAKEMI will soon call my number.
Hey!
Person like TOLUWAKEMI will soon call my number. TOLUWAKEMI will soon call my number. It's the same thing with human being. If there is already a time, like let's say for example now, one of the routines I have is every Sunday I call my parents. I call both of them separately. I call my dad first, and I call my mom. Sometimes I call my mom.
So they will know. Even if you are not calling, they will be like, what's up?
And I know it's very easy to say routine will be calling for expectations. And a lot of people don't like expectations. But whether you like it or not, there's just some expectations that you can afford. You can't afford every expectation, but there's some expectation you can afford. So for me, I have various routines. Various routines depending on a particular day, depending on the particular season of life I am in. It depends on it. But because I've seen how well routines have played in my life. I've seen how well routines have played in my life. Do you get? For example, now when I wake up, my waking time, whether I like it or not, is 4. I'm always awake. I wake up as early as 4. So I have like 1 hour prayer with my fellow people. We pray together. I have a 1 hour prayer. Whether I like it or not, I have a 1 hour prayer. Then when I do that from 4 to 5, then from 5 to 5:30, I just use that time to just journal. Is there anything I just want to just say? Is there anything I journal? Then from that 5:30, is 2 things. I can either sleep off or I can just play Morning Dew, and I'm listening to Morning Dew. But recently now, I added something to my Tuesday routine. That 5:30, I pray with some other people because I need something. Do you get? And then I do that, and then latest I'm awake 7:10. I know one thing that I've noticed is whether I like it or not, though, that 4 o'clock I'm always awake.
Yeah.
Except if maybe I just sleep around that 4.
Because it's now in you.
It's very, very important. Build structure. For example, just build it. Build that routine, because your routine is what we give birth to structure. Do you get? And then another thing that I make sure I do every day, for my work, I have like this idea bank. I go through that idea bank. Whatever it is that I feel like I can produce from my work, I can also produce it for my brand. Do you understand? And then I look at that too for work. I read. I have books that I read. On marriage, on love.
Every day.
I read. I might not read a physical book because
e-books.
I read e-books.
It's a book.
I make sure I read something in a day.
Yeah.
I make sure there's something I'm reading in a day. And I love songs. I love songs. I listen to songs. Unless I just want to relax. I will not tell you not to watch film. I watch movies. I have a movie I'm watching. I don't use it to distress. I watch Korean films to distress. Do you get? And it's about understanding what works for you. It's about understanding what works for you. So for you, your relationship with God, build structure.
That's the first thing. Actually.
So have a time that is a you and God time. Non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. That even the angels Tolu be so calm.
Like, amazing. That's the part of intimacy that we're discussing earlier. Like, have a time with God.
Have a time with God.
And if possible, a place. You can be. This is my probably war room, prayer room, everything. That's important in intimacy. And just like the other routines she has mentioned, this and this is my morning routine. When I wake up, I pray for this hour. And please put a time to eat. It is really important because some people will say I have routine and
you don't have
timing.
No, routines will always have a time. It will always have a time.
So have a time, and this will help you in building structure. Just and all these habits will really help in your growth journey. That's just the truth. It will really help. If you are saying, I'm just going, if you are someone that the day come, it is that day that you know that, okay, let me do this, let me do that. You will always waste your own time. That's one thing I've noticed. You will always waste your own time. If you don't have something you want to do in a day, there's no how. The
time will just go, and then at the end of the day, you're like, okay, what have I done today?
Routine is the part of structure that will make you, make the most of your time. Wow, amazing. That's actually good. Okay, so I would love to ask, what's your biggest challenge? Like, probably some challenges you faced. How did you overcome it, and what lesson did you learn?
About that, I think every year always comes with its own challenge to make me to a better person. That's the way I see it. I can literally say this particular year, this is what I faced, particular year. So it varies, it's different. But I can speak on the one I experienced this year. This year came to show me. This year came to show me who, like, he came to show me, it felt like a mirror. If I were to describe this year for me, this year was like a mirror. He came to show me things I needed to get better at, things I thought that I had a hand over. I needed to, like, get better at them. So this year really showed me that. And one particular thing I can say about challenges is you will always outgrow your challenge. Whatever it is that you are currently facing, you will always outgrow it. And it's one of the things that I had to learn this year, that whatever it is that you are facing right now, you will outgrow it. And one of the things that the challenges of this year also taught me is to understand that mistakes are okay. Like, I had gotten so used to always getting it right. And that was one thing that I just I couldn't accept the fact that I would fail at something. I pride myself in living intentionally. I pride myself in living by design. So I can say that since 2020 or 2021, I've literally been living every step of my life by design, knowing this is the next thing, this is the next thing, this is the next thing. And I was eating it. So this year, when I now experienced something that it felt like I was going to fail, I couldn't believe it. I could, like, and that was what the Spirit of God had to teach me, that it's okay.
It's okay.
Like, I remember when I was going to leave, one thing he said to me is, if you stay, I'm with you. If you leave, I'm with you. I'm still your God regardless. You leaving is not going to change my love for you. I mean, getting to understand that God's love is never going to change. I mean, getting to understand that it won't change God's mind about me. Like, do you get, like, it felt like I just fell in love on another light, and then leaving, not saying, okay, if you have said all this, I want to leave. And me having his blessing to leave, and then me leaving, and then now looking back 5 months after, and now seeing that it didn't change it. In fact, it even made my story more beautiful. And I'm not, things are now happening to me that is not feeling like if I had not left. Do you get? And then, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to cry. I promise you. But realizing that, and I was saying, okay, yeah, I'm willing to make mistakes. So I didn't know that I already built a life on perfection.
So God had to break that down.
He literally had to
break you.
Shatter it.
It's okay to make mistakes.
Like, I didn't know I had built a life on perfection. I had built a life on, and that perfection had given me validation. I didn't know. And it felt like, let me disrupt your life. Let me disrupt your life. And I just said, okay.
Just do as you please.
And just allow it, and just surrender. Just saying, okay.
You can see how everything is, entering into one another.
And immediately I said, okay, I surrender it. I surrender it. Feel free to disrupt my life. I surrender it. And then I'm now falling in love with, if you had told me as a January that I would fall in love with videography, I would say you are crazy. It used to be something that I just liked from afar. Now I now became somebody that is filming people, that is filming shoots,
If you have any shoots or anything, call
like,
out.
I'm now becoming somebody that's a part of the content creation team in my church. I'm now brainstorming content ideas. I announce G-Gets. Before, if you had asked me, I would have told you, oh, I just shoot content for YouTube. But I'm now editing.
This is similar to leaving your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Like, God just saying...
It disrupts your life out of your comfort. And I feel like that is what He did for me. It felt like, oh, you're getting too comfortable. So we need something to actually jack this babe up. Give her this job. In that job, do this for her. Let her see, and there's life happening. And then when that happened to me, oof, and that was it.
This is just like for growth to actually happen, you have to leave that comfort zone.
Yeah.
Like,
You have to allow disruption.
Yeah, amazing. It's funny how this is part of the question I want to ask you, and you already answered already. How living your comfort zone can contribute to your growth, and this is it.
Trust me.
You just have to leave.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to leave. I was sharing with you earlier that I'm just like, do I want to go out today? Do I want to go out? I don't like going out, but I have to do it.
Yeah.
For a greater purpose. I just have to leave that my space and just go out. And just like people, a lot of people are always, I cannot do more than this. I cannot do more than this. But there are bigger things to do, and we have to overcome it. And I love it that these are the lessons you've learned, that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to live where you are. Because there is a greater plan, there is a greater purpose. So if that is for you, just, this is God speaking to you.
Just like Jackie.
Just like Jackie, like that. Yeah. So thank you so much for that. Another thing I would love to ask, which I know you are big on this, is do you have some resources, or tools you can recommend for personal growth?
Like you said, I'm big on it. Because, I feel like resources is one of my strengths. Resources have helped me grow. That's helped me grow, and I think I'm working. Now that you said it, now I just sensed it in my heart. I definitely had to work on something like a resource bank. I've been talking about it for some time now. So I think I need to work on a resource bank. Yeah, it's going to be like an ebook or something that's, TOLUWAKEMI, I would love to grow, I would love to do this. How can I start? I think I will do that. Just start with this, just build a structure around this and just start with this. I think I will do that.
So anticipate that. I will try. I will try.
I don't know when this video will be out, but I will try to see how it can be out by then. I think I should put myself, let me know, so that I can put myself in that and produce it. Right, so, but for me, I would say, start from, I want to say start from watching videos, but then I want to be careful about, so you don't watch videos that are too hard for you to chew. So I want to say, start with joining a community, a growth community.
You can come to accountability and growth circle.
Please do. Start by joining a growth community.
Link will be in the description.
I'm telling you, start by joining a growth community and allow yourself to just put yourself through that process in that community. Listen, it's very, very important to show up, listen, and put yourself through. And just see how your mindset starts changing, and you start thinking differently, you start speaking differently, and then right from there, whenever anything comes to you, like I told her yesterday, I said, one of the things I want to learn communication when it comes to relationship. And immediately while we were speaking, I started, I don't know if you noticed, searching online, like, okay, what videos are there? And because I already have people that I listen to when it comes to relationship, I'm pressing, okay, this person, what did this person say about communication? I started gathering those videos, and I have like up to like 4 to 5 videos now. I said, okay, I'm going to sit with these videos and I'm going to just watch it. And then I'm just going to allow myself to just brood on whatever they say and just say, okay, how can I? So another thing you do is, whenever you listen to something, the next question is,
action plan.
How can I apply this in my life?
Action plan.
Do you get?
Yeah.
And then I start saying, okay, how can I apply this? How can I apply this? How can I apply this? I remember there was a particular time I didn't know what talking stage meant. And I just said, oh, let me search online. Like I said, already have people I listen to. So, oh, I saw Pastor Ladri, she has a video on do's and don'ts on talking stage. There was a particular people, the stewards, lovers, they have a video on do's and don'ts on talking stage. So I just sat down with those two videos and I was just, highlighting the things they talked about. And funny enough, I literally could write a book about it because when I started listening to them, I started, just the way I said the other time, it starts opening up to you, you start seeing possibilities. Do you get? And I started studying the more. I was opening my Bible to say, oh, these people to experience talking stage. People to experience talking stage in the Bible. So instead of expanding to, instead of opening up to, I said, oh, okay, all right, good. And then I was able to, oh, this is what it entails, this is what it entails, this is what it entails. And I'm like, oh, I even want to bring this to citizens and intentionality community. I want to bring people, couples, come and talk to us during your talking stage. How was it like? Do you get? And do you understand? Like, and that is how you just keep expanding, and that is how you start having a voracious appetite for knowledge. Because it's very, very important. Having a voracious appetite for knowledge, it helps you to be able to chew hard. Okay, get this, and then I wonder, like, how are you able to talk about different things? How are you able to relate them together? It's simple. Because I'm hungry to learn. I'm hungry to know. I want to know things. I want to study things.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So it's very, very important and very, 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 very pivotal that you are like that when it comes to growth. If you want to truly grow, you need a voracious appetite for knowledge. You need
Just be hungry.
And let me give you this last resource. Guy, there's a lot of resource online. A lot of videos, a lot of podcasts. Oh, TOLUWAKEMI, how do I know the one to listen to? Get yourself into a community.
Yeah.
Because that community will likely give you a resource that has been thought out, a resource that has been validated, that has been checked out, so they will give it to you.
But please, in joining community, please be careful.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of community out there.
True.
But then she was talking about singles and intentional living community. So I just have to say something. If you are a single and if you are single and you are intentionally waiting for the one God has, for the Mr. Right that God has ordained for you, honestly, you should be here. Because in this community, the belief is that wholeness is possible on the journey to the one. So if you love to join, this is not a paid advert, I promise you. There will be a link in the description box. Check it and join the community of our mama here. I believe that you've learned a lot from her.
Why did she go to the mama side? Let's go.
I know you don't like it, but you don't have a choice.
Let's go ahead.
You don't have a choice.
Let's go ahead.
So, anyways, we are coming to the end of this, and everything we've said, I want to bring it to a point of living by design.